This gospel turns our minds to the Blessed Mother as we prepare to celebrate the birth of Jesus. And there are some who say that John leaped in Elizabeth's womb because of the presence of Jesus. And that may be true, but in the words of the gospel, the actual words themselves, it was the sound of Mary's voice that made John leap for joy. And don't misunderstand me, I'm not trying to play those two off against each other or say one is right and one is wrong. But I always like looking first at the actual words of the scriptures. And it reminds me of a line you'll be familiar with from Isaiah. How beautiful on the mountains are the feet of the one who brings good news. And if the very feet of those who bring good news are beautiful, so how much more the voice of the one who brought us the good news, capital G, capital N. And it's one of the main things, or one of the core things, that Protestants don't really understand about us. And admittedly, there have been some centuries and some writers whose words about Mary have been a little over the top, perhaps. But at the core of it, here it is. It's our deep gratitude to the Blessed Mother for bringing Christ into the world, for bringing him to us. And if indeed it was the presence of Jesus that made John leap for joy, who brought Jesus to him but Mary? And so Mary, through the centuries, has brought Jesus to each of us, first into the world, and she continues to bring Jesus to us. And so we have this deep love for Mary that's born out of the gratitude we have for bringing Jesus to us. And thinking about that brings me to a suggestion, because each of us has someone or a few people who have brought Christ to us. It might first be your parents, or if you are a convert, might be your parents that first brought you to Christ. But you might think about the person who first invited you into the church, or who was instrumental in bringing you into the Catholic Church. Might be a teacher. For those of us of a certain age, it might be a religious sister we had in grade school who taught us, or back then we also had priests. And even if your relationship with your parents wasn't the best, still they might have, by bringing you to church or by praying with you at home or something, might have brought you to first think about God, think about Jesus. It might just be a friend. But it occurred to me on this weekend might not be a bad time to make a phone call or write an email or a little card or something. And if the person has died, perhaps just lift a prayer for them or to them, just to express your gratitude for them bringing you to Christ. Mary was so instrumental in bringing Christ to us, and the church kind of turns our minds to her right before we celebrate Christmas. And she will be certainly a part of our celebration of Christmas. But right as we pause, we think about our love for her and our gratitude for her. And that same love and gratitude might be shared by someone who is still in our lives or who has touched us in a physical way, the way that Mary does it. How beautiful are the faces and the hands and the voices of those who bring Christ to us and bring us to Christ.